Oh, and this is the 16th episode. 17th.
17th.
17th. Really
75th episode.
Jesus.
This year.
We've gotten 7 seasons, and now there will be a movie.
Well, we got the usual cast of characters. It's me, Rick.
It's me, Rick.
Dylan.
It's me, Dylan.
Nadia.
Hi guys, it's Nadia. It's great to be here again.
Jason.
Hey, it's me, Callum. I mean, Jason.
You're the stand-in for Callum today. Yeah, we do need someone to crap all over every game we talk about.
I can't. I did that for a while. I can go back to it.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, he's good at it.
So we got a bunch of trailers, news, reviews, and stuff we're working on. So where do you guys want to start? Trailers with 88 Heroes.
Yeah,
Rick,
so yeah, I'm playing this right now. It is published by Rising Star, and it was developed by the 8-bit or Bitmap Bureau. It's a really great game. It's a 2D platformer, and it's got this weird flair to it. Everything revolves around the number 88. There's 88 levels. There's 88 characters. Each level, you have 88 seconds to beat the level in. And as you go through the game and progress, every time you die, you start off as a new character. So, for example, the very first character, this guy's name is Blocktopus, and he's an octopus with a top hat and a monocle, and he can make blocks out of thin air, and he goes around. And then if he gets hit and he dies, then I'm this new guy. There's a guy who's kind of made after Evil Dead guy, Ash, and he's called Johnny Boomstick, and he has a shotgun in one hand, and then instead of a chainsaw, he has a kitchen spatula. So it's just it's a humorous game. It is cracking me up. I'll have a preview for it by the end of this week, and I'll also be streaming the game sometime during the week as well. So
cool.
Yeah, let us know. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's a great game.
And I watched the trailer for it, and Blocktopus looks like a true gentleman.
He totally does. He certainly does. So yeah, keep an eye on that game, and I would highly recommend it already. So
now, is this officially out yet? Or are you playing?
No, it comes out the end of March, and I think it's going to come out. I think it's already out on PC, so I think this is the console release.
Right.
So, but yeah, definitely keep an eye on this one. It looks really great.
It sounds good.
Yeah. Next up, we have Berserk and the Band of the Hawk. Anyone familiar with this anime? The anime is the Berserk or the Berserker. It's a really old anime.
When was this? When did that first come around, Rick? You know,
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, because I know it's been around for ages. I think. It was
I mean, it's been out. It was. Finally, sorry, I should have had.
Or as I would call it, manga.
Yeah, manga. It was first adapted in 1997, so it's been out for a long time. Okay. Yeah. So, and this is just a story, I believe, probably in the lore of that world, and it's done by, I'm probably going to say it wrong, Koei Tecmo, the game who does the Dynasty Warriors.
No.
Hack and slash games.
Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
That's right. Same
obligatory
company.
mention.
Yeah. Yeah, Koei Tecmo games. So it's done in that fashion. You're essentially the Berserker, and you just slice your way through the levels. Just so it's a perfect fit for the game. It should have been naturally made years ago, probably. Yeah. So it really looks good. If you're into those type of games and Dynasty Warrior games, it looks great.
I know a lot of people think those games are too repetitive, but I played the Zelda one. I actually liked it a lot.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
I mean, it's not that deep, but it's fun.
I think what they mean by that is, what's the difference between Dynasty Warriors 1 and Dynasty Warriors 20,000?
Well, there's 8.
Yeah, well,
the first one and 8 are quite different, because the first one wasn't even a hack and slash. It was a RTS kind of game. You made choices and stuff. So there's been a little bit of difference.
There's a slight evolution.
Yeah, but no, I agree with you, Dylan. There's we've gotten like 3 of these free on Xbox One Games with Gold since they've come out, and there's really no different. I mean, it's like a Capcom game. So
Yeah.
totally. But I kind of agree with you too, Jason. I feel like when they kind of venture off the reservation and they make it like a theme game, they're kind of fun just as a hack and slash.
Yeah, I like the Zelda game.
I would play a lot of those. I mean, like if they just like put different skins on it, like charging into battle, huge battles and stuff like that. If that's all it was with like different characters, I would totally buy those. But the only reason I didn't get into Dynasty Warriors proper is just I actually kind of because like what Dylan was saying, it's just the same theme over and over again. But like for this, yeah, absolutely.
I'm kind of excited for the not Dragon Age, Fire Emblem one. It's
yeah,
Fire Emblem characters. So I really like the Zelda one. So
does that have a release date yet, Eric?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Okay. Should have been launched.
Should have been, but
Yeah.
So maybe Rick, tell us a little bit more about Trulon Shadow Engine, because I looked up some trailers, and I'm still confused.
I'll probably be just as confused as you. So Trulon Shadow Engine, it's this is going to be the console release. I believe this also has been on PC before. It is a combination of a role-playing card combat game. So I believe, and I'm just going off the trailer here. So I believe there's there's combat, there's like a role-playing ability or program to it, and you are doing role-playing things in it. The combat is, so you're like clicking to attack and stuff, and then I think you use cards to do like boost ups. But I could be wrong.
Gotcha.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. So I don't know. It just stuck out to me. It was kind of an interesting game. I kind of dug it. It's by Kai Games. Just definitely check out the trailer. It looks fun. It looks different. So
cool.
Yeah, it does look good. It looks indifferent. He said. And
It looks indifferent, or it looks different.
Different.
Indifferent.
It also looks indifferent.
All
It's a game. It can't have opinions.
It doesn't have an opinion.
Well, it's a piece of programming.
Hey, watch it, man. There's AIs listening.
Yeah,
those are the only things listening.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Styx.
And that one guy.
Yeah, and that one guy, me. Next up, we've got Styx, Shards of Darkness. This is a developer trailer, and it kind of dives into who Styx is. Anyone unfamiliar with this is a sequel to Styx, Shadows of Darkness by Cyanide Games. I played the first one. I was really excited for it. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm really excited for the sequel. So, I don't know.
I'm hoping it doesn't have as many bugs as the first game did.
Or they
I agree.
Features. Oh, it's
okay. It's a little bit of, it's like bugs and lack of features, but I think they're going to do a good job of fixing a lot of the issues that they had in this game.
Because some of the climbing, lots of the climbing mechanics didn't really work.
Oh, now yeah.
So, and I think they're going to fix that because they're on the right path. They were definitely on the right path. It felt like, probably another 6 months of development, and maybe it could have done something better. So I think this one's going to be a lot better because if you've been watching all the trailers, Dylan, this game is really built around verticality this time, and there's a lot more climbing, they said. So I'm sure they're going to try to fix those.
Yeah, it's a really like the scope of the game is actually pretty big, and if you only go one direction, you're going to miss out a lot of the game.
Yeah, this game is definitely an exploration with nothing but stealth. So I don't know. It looks fun. The first one was fun. I would definitely recommend checking it out. So
it's all stealth, right? There's no like big action scenes or anything.
No, not really. I mean, you can't you can't just go up to someone and fight them. You have to parry attack. That's the only way you can attack people.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's really built around being stealthy and all that jazz. So,
and this is really the company's like the developer who made this game is like this is like their really like big console game they like really have came out with, because the other games they've come out with are like little like mini games like Pro Cycling Manager La Tour de France and
man, who could forget?
Oh yeah, that was my game of the year 2012. So.
Blood Bowl.
I remember.
I do love me some Blood Bowl though.
They made
I like
Loki.
Blood Bowl too.
Blood Bowl's so good.
They made Game of the Thrones, the role playing game.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
quick divergent. I've got an important thing to ask.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does anybody here have the Blood Bowl for the Xbox One?
No.
Damn.
You know what? I might.
Want to play with me?
Sure.
Okay, let's go back to the.
I can't remember if I have it on PC or Xbox, but I'll check.
They have this developer has a real problem with making manager games. They have Pro Basketball Manager, they have Football Manager, they have Horse Racing Manager.
Horse Racing Manager.
Look, man, it's important to know what you're good at.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a problem. I think it's a good manager sim.
Sticking with the niche, man.
Yeah, it's
a niche.
Or a niche.
But they did travel off a little bit. They made a game called Winter Challenge.
Ooh. What do you do in Winter Challenge? Is that a Winter
Olympics simulation?
I guess so. And then they also do Pro Rugby Manager.
Right?
Yeah, it's a European country.
Buying these games,
yeah,
it's a European country, so
it's kind of interesting though.
Well, isn't one of the most successful games like each year Football Manager?
Is it?
I think it is, at least on PC.
Okay.
I mean,
I could see
like
that.
Soccer Manager, football. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Fantasy football, kind of like fantasy football.
I
don't know. I've never played it, but I think it's.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's more like the managerial.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much like fantasy football, but you get like a list of players, and you have to like do like practices. I used to do like really old Football Manager games, and that's kind of how they played. They might be different now, but I don't know.
I've played Madden. Does that count?
Were you a
like
manager?
More of a simulation. That's not really. They're not quite the same. It's like it's like comparing NFL head coach on the Xbox and Madden. You know.
Gotcha.
They're like similar, but they're not.
Yes. Same theme.
Yeah, same theme, but not.
But other than that, completely different.
Yeah. So.
Oh boy. All right.
Next up,
Warriors.
Oh man, this looks
know.
like a fun. This looks like a fun little title. It's by here. I got it pulled up.
It's on Kickstarter. It's a campaign on Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's called Jandu Soft. They developed it. They live in Barcelona, Spain, and they have a little Kickstarter going. So go ahead and check it out. It just looks fun. It's just a 4-player co-op, 2D side-scrolling hack and slash game about cavemen. And it just looks like a fun game, and I'm always one to help propel co-op games because I love co-op games. So
co-op games are the best.
Yeah,
I'm watching it now.
Yeah, so go ahead and get out there to give some money to the developers.
You can switch up between 4 different characters, and each one has their own set of skills.
Looks pretty neat.
Yeah, looks like a fun little title.
I just saw a caveman on fire, so there's that too.
It's the end of the world, at least for cavemen.
Probably.
Well, then next up, we've got the new Mimic Prey trailer.
Ooh, yes.
You want to get into this, Jason?
I do, because I am
prays to
for Prey. I do. I do. If you don't know what Prey is, you got to go check out this trailer because it looks great.
You're not living.
No, I actually am living. I am alive. I am not a corpse. I know that's probably the opposite of what people normally say about me, but I am not dead. So it's basically it's it's kind of like BioShock and Dishonored and like all those kind of like more complex FPS where you have a lot of stuff going on. It's not simple.
Plus, since it's similar to Dishonored, it's from the makers of Dishonored,
from Arcane.
Yeah, and Bethesda.
And if you want to know the point of it, it is turning into a banana or a toilet paper roll.
Oh,
that is the point of the game. That and that alone. I mean, I know there's other stuff going on. There's aliens. There's a space station. All right, whatever. But you can turn into a banana and float in space, and that's really all you have to know.
I found this trailer particularly cool. It was
it's awesome.
It was just so ridiculous.
Yeah. You can shapeshift if people don't know, and you can turn into and you can turn into smaller objects first. So among the first things you can turn into is a mug, which of course plays very well on this podcast.
Yes,
a banana or a toilet paper roll, which is probably not a great idea.
Or like a tablet. I mean, you could turn into anything, and they were just kind of like rolling around.
And then as you play, you advance in what you can turn into, and you can eventually turn into like sentry guns,
dragons,
all kinds of
no dragons that we know of. There might be some dragon DLC,
possibly.
What is the game on PC where you can turn into an object?
Team Fortress 2 Prop Hunt.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
You could turn into an object, and people have to find you by destroying the object.
That's definitely a TF2 mod game mode.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like a real game that exists somewhere.
They should make that game if it isn't. Right now.
It sounds very exciting.
And make a full Prop Hunt game.
Let's all email them.
That's all right. That's okay. What about
that really is.
Tokyo Tattoo Girls. We kind of talked about it last week, but it looks like Rick wants to talk about it some more.
It's because it's so great looking.
We didn't talk about it on the cast. That's why I want to talk about it now.
Okay.
We talked about it during, I think, the pregame or whatnot. But anyway, there's a brand new game coming out. It's called Tokyo Tattoo Girls, and it just looks ridiculous, and that's why I'm bringing it up. And in this game, what is it? You do battle kind of like a card game, right? Only you do battle with the girls' tattoos. Is that right?
You're a tattoo cartel manager.
Yeah.
And you have to take over the 23 wards of Tokyo.
There we go.
Your girls.
So,
boy,
game looks absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Who's
That's
it from?
aggressively Japanese too. So
yeah. Just get out there and watch the video. It's out there.
All right.
And it speaks for itself. It really
does. Yes, it does.
Oh my goodness.
So I guess that's it for trailers, right, guys?
I believe so.
Did you want to talk Persona at all, or we're going to skip that one?
I don't know if anyone has watched it, but I know it's a really popular game, so I feel bad for it.
It is. I could just tell you that it does look like a really good game because I'm a big fan of the Persona series, so I'm looking forward to that one. And that's pretty much all I could say about it. But yeah, it's something that's really popular and something that has really good storylines as well. So
cool.
So you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, pretty much. And I know Benjamin is too, so...
Yeah, he definitely is.
Oh, yeah.
He is, yes.
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 Well,
so check that out if you're a Persona fan.
We all agree that Persona 5 is a thing.
Yes.
So here's a fun fact.
Yes.
Here's how personally excited I am for it. I had the special edition pre-ordered on Amazon.
Oh, you do?
I had.
Oh.
And then I canceled it so that I could afford my Switch earlier.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Wait. So you know enough about the game to purchase it, like pre-order it?
Yeah.
Then how come you didn't say? I just asked a bunch of people. Hey, does anyone know about Persona 5? And it was just crickets.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks for fooling us, Eric. Thanks for fooling us.
You made it sound like you wanted to talk about this new Velvet Room trailer.
No,
and I didn't see the trailer. I just know I like Persona.
I know it's a game that's for the PlayStation and a lot of people play it. That's all I know.
Persona non grata.
It was originally going to be a PS3 exclusive.
That's going to be That's going to be Persona 6.
We'll see how it is.
All right.
Okay.
Didn't it just come out too?
What?
Persona 5?
It comes out in the middle of March, I think.
Oh. Yeah, because they delayed it, right? So
it was originally slated to launch on Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
February 14th.
Yeah.
Because the special edition played into that with like Take Your Love edition or whatever it was.
Oh.
What was that?
Sweet.
So.
Is it coming to the Switch?
No, it's not. It's PlayStation. It's a PlayStation 3 and 4.
Oh, okay. 3?
Yes. It was originally going to only be a PlayStation 3 game.
But,
yep.
I feel like I went back in time for a second there.
PlayStation 3 exclusives.
Okay.
It was going to be. And
All
then
right.
I guess they decided that the PS4
that wasn't a good idea?
install base was big enough.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. All right, let's move on to the Xbox Live Games with Gold for March. They're just released this week. Players starting March 1st will be able to get Layers of Fear.
Cool.
And sorry, lost my train of track. Layers of Fear on Xbox One. This game is by the Bloober team, and it's a horror title. So it's not a survival, but it's just a horror title. It's a narrative, story-driven narrative, and FPS. And it's kind of hard to explain because I thought I watched you watch one trailer on it, and then you go and watch the gameplay, and they're kind of a little bit different. Mm-hmm. So apparently, the whole premise of the game is you are a very famous painter who is working on his last painting, but he also has schizophrenia, so he's losing his mind. And you have to kind of deal with how he goes through with that.
That's not, you know what? Did we review that?
We may have.
I think on the PC. Oh no, I'm sorry. I just looked it up. We previewed it.
Oh, cool.
Guys, I'm sorry. I missed the title of this game. What is it?
Layers of Fear.
Okay.
So
I didn't play it.
Yeah. And then on
free, so I might.
Now it's free.
Yeah. Starting March 1st. And then on the Xbox 360 through the backward compatible program, players will be offered Borderlands 2. So if you haven't picked that up or you played it and need a digital copy, it's definitely worth getting. So let me see. And then in the middle of the month, starting March 13th on Xbox One, you'll be able to pick up Evolve, the Ultimate Edition. Anyone unfamiliar with this, it's by Turtle Rock Studios, the people that brought you Left 4 Dead series. It's a 4 versus 1 battle. One player plays the monster, then the 4 other players will play on a team as 4 hunters, all with their distinct roles and unique abilities. Anyone unfamiliar with this game, I love it. It's great. I think it got a lot of crap for back in the day. So, and it's free, and I think everyone should definitely grab it. So
I'll definitely pick that up.
Yeah,
might as well.
Evolve was one of those games when it was coming out that I was really excited for, and then I saw the DLC crap that was going on with it, so I decided against it.
What was the DLC story?
They came out with hunting packs and it wasn't the character, so they'd come out with new characters and you'd have to buy the hunting packs. For me, the hunters weren't that bad, but they also included monsters. And when you start leaving the ability to have certain monsters out of the game, that's kind of when I stopped playing. Gotcha. I don't know how you feel about it, Eric, but that was kind of, I didn't mind the hunters, but the monster thing kind of bothered me because there's one monster right now that just dominates everybody and you have to pay for it. So I don't have that monster.
Yeah, well, will the Ultimate Edition include that monster?
I think it will. We're referring to the Behemoth. He's this big giant rock monster, and he rolls around, and he's just freaking unstoppable. So I don't know. I don't know if it will, Eric. I think so, because from what I've read, the Ultimate Edition includes everything.
Well, if this gets the player base up, it would be really cool to see this be a regularly played game.
I think it's definitely going to get the player. I think a lot of people are going to buy or going to download it because it's free. I mean, I've started playing it again just so I can get back in the swing of things because I think the servers are going to be packed for at least a good solid month or so. I mean, it's a really fun game. There's a lot of replay value to it. I mean, there's no story to it, and it's kind of like Titanfall in that sense. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it's just in the loading times kind of suck, but I think that's fair to say with any type of game like this.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. We should do a Brutal Gamer hunting party.
Yeah.
So cool. If you guys make sure you guys pick up before March. Make sure you guys pick up the other 3 games with gold that are available, which is Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, Project Cars Digital Edition, and Star Wars Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
Sorry.
Force Awakens is a movie, Dylan.
Yeah, I know.
No,
but the Force has to awaken before it's unleashed.
Monkey Island 2 is not available.
And you're not missing anything.
Yeah, no, not really.
Definitely pick up Lovers and Star Wars. Those are the 2 best games.
Star Wars is great. That's a great game.
Star Wars is the greatest game. That was one of my favorite games.
You know what I saw? I was tooling around on Steam the other day, and they suggested Republic Commando to me. Does anybody remember Republic Commando?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a great game. Yeah.
It is.
Squad-based clone commandos. Man, that was
you were part of the 501.
Was it the 501?
You were, because you went to Genosha and you went to the clone planet.
Right.
And it was a good story, and it happened in between, I think, 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think so. I think kind of like while 3 is going, and then 3 and 4.
Yeah. What console?
Wasn't it on everything?
PlayStation?
Yeah, it was definitely Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, I had it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Me too.
I remember the ending was really cool. Spoiler alert. Where you're finishing the last mission, and of course you're playing as good guys. So these clones are not Order 66th, and they're leaving like a planet, and they see this huge force of like clones landing with Star Destroyers and all this stuff, and it's just kind of a portent of what's to come because they're arriving to kind of dominate this world that you've been fighting on. So it's really cool. I mean, it just kind of slides into the more Empire era of Star Wars. It's really neat.
Going back to Star Wars Force Unleashed, what consoles did you guys beat that game on?
Xbox.
I actually beat it on the Wii.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I tried playing it on the Wii, and the controller, I just couldn't get behind it.
I got used to it, but I had to take a break like every like play session because I'd wake up the next morning and my shoulders would hurt.
Yeah.
You know what? You answered my question, Dylan. But it's motion control lightsaber stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you have to push forward with the controller to do the force.
Oh, get the force push. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was fun
for a little while.
Yeah, so definitely pick that game up. Definitely pick those up. And then the other 360 game through the BC program will be a Heavy Weapon. It's a 2D shooter. It's pretty popular back in the day when it released on the console. Pretty well-known title. It's the players will save up to $100, and there are a possible 340 or 3,450 achievement points to be added to your gamer score.
Good God.
Yeah. I think March is a pretty good month. So I'm pretty excited. Unfortunately, I have like 2 of the 4 games, but so
I still have my Force Unleashed, but you know what? I'll get it and play it again.
It's fun to have it digitally.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually noticing that a lot more. Just a side tangent here. I don't know how you guys think about digitally owned games, but when you have games digitally downloaded, opening up the console and taking the disc out is just obnoxious.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's a preferred method. I prefer doing digital stuff. So
yeah,
I never did.
I kind of do. I kind of don't. I don't know. I think I'm kind of like in the middle because I know two of the games that I own on my Vita are digital downloads because the hard copies of the games were just too expensive. So I think I saved a lot of money getting a digital copy than I would have if I bought the hard copy. But then at the same time, I'm disappointed because I like to see things on my shelf,
Yeah.
and I'm like that, but that was worth it to me because the games that I got were like were probably about, just a bit higher than what I'm used to. But then when I got a digital copy, well, it was cheaper. It was like 29.99, whereas the hard copy would be 39.99. So I guess it was a cost saving kind of measure, but then if you want to buy digital games, you got to have the space for it. So I don't know. I think there's pros and cons to both, but I'm just like the old timer. I love having my collection right in front of me where I could see it. So
do I. I'm
yeah.
right there with you, Nadia. I prefer it as well. But I do see what you're saying because sometimes you can't get a hold of a physical copy, so the digital is the way to go.
Yeah, I'm usually 100% hard copy, but yeah, digital is the way to go, especially for us getting games.
Yeah,
and reviewing them.
Well, that's true. We're and if people don't know, like I think that goes for a lot of sites these days, especially independent ones. The digital delivery system that companies go through is basically that's all you get. I mean, you're really not going to get much in the way of physical games. It's all digital.
Unless you're limited run games where they're helping indie developers make their hard copy games.
Well, that's actually a really cool thing. I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I miss? I miss big box PC games.
Oh yeah,
those ginormous boxes.
The giant box, and you kind of shake it, and you can hear like the CD thing fly around in there, and whatever cardboard they packed in with it.
I really miss it. There were some cool. I mean, that probably sounds awful, but there were some really cool boxes years ago. Like they would make cool stuff.
There are
box art's a lost art, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
I was going through my Sorry, Rick, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're fine. Go for it.
I was going through my grandfather's apartment, and I found his old copy of Doom 3
Oh man,
with its original release.
That's a good one.
It was great, and I remember playing it over his house. And it wasn't one of the giant boxes, but it's a cool box.
Yeah, I think I still have it. But man, those days like in the 90s of like the giant PC before they went to like the DVD case sized boxes.
Yeah.
Man, those things were awesome. I remember there was one for Star Trek, The Next Generation, which was an adventure game. I think it was that had. Right. It had had like a big cardboard box, and then packed into it was the hard plastic box. And it had like I think there was a big sticker on the front of the Next Generation cast, and it came with a pin that was like I think it was like Worf's pin that goes on his bandolier strap.
That's cool.
and it had like a digital screen that changed. It was really cool.
Wow.
But it wasn't a special edition. That was like the game.
Dude, I remember the box art for the Super Nintendo was just the Star Trek. Sounds like I got gypped on that game.
I had that one too. I was such a huge Next Generation fan. I bought like all of them.
Dude, I have to say, of all the box art, I think the PlayStation, I think they had the best box art. And I know they had like the smallest amount of space probably, but
like the original.
Yeah, just the game covers for those games were just—I remember just looking at those were awesome. So
and the way the whole thing was put together with the majority of it was black, and then it would just have the splash image on it, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Although I remember the original big box PS1 game.
Oh yeah, those were cool too. Yeah.
I have like the first Twisted Metal in a big box, and I think I have a Street Fighter and Tekken too.
Does anybody remember Resident Evil's big box?
Yes.
With the freaking live action Chris front, who doesn't look anything like Chris Redfield. I was my grandfather's stuff. I just found his copy of that.
Awesome.
Oh my god!
The version of Doom, which actually is one of my favorite versions of Doom, the PS1 version, and that on the cover they have the Doom Marine, but he's dressed like a biker for some reason. No idea why. And he's like firing this, the super shotgun, and he just looks like he just stumbled out of a bar. I mean, it's so bizarre looking.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really odd, but those games were great. Love that stuff.
Yeah, definitely good stuff.
Vintage box art.
I'm sorry. Did anybody play the Nintendo 64 version of Doom? Good game.
Yes, love it.
I think that's probably the same one as the PS1 version, but it
is not.
Oh, it's not.
The N64 version was exclusive to the Nintendo 64, and it's basically like I don't want to say reboot, but that's basically what it is of Doom. I mean, oh no, wait, I'm thinking of the PS1 because the PS1 version was exclusive to that, and that's like a redo of that. But the N64 version is it's almost a true sequel. For some reason, the radiation they passed, like the story was that the radiation reactivated all the demons on the Mars base, and then you have to go back in with a squad. So you go in, but then of course right away the whole squad is wiped out, and it's just down to the original Doom Marine, and you get to go through here all over again and kill all the demons, but they all look completely different because they're mutated.
I never really put much time into it, but I might now.
It's really good, dude. You should play it.
I have it in the attic. I should go get
play it.
Yeah.
It's really worth it. It's a great game.
I believe you.
It's much creepier, I think, than pretty much any other version of the original Doom. The music, the graphics, everything.
Oh man, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go play it.
You
not
really
right now, because we're recording a podcast.
Well, no, not right now. At some point.
No, now, right now. Just do it.
No.
Speaking of
Nike.
Speaking of having things to do, we've been meandering around and not really moving on for a while. So let's talk about Injustice 2.
Hooray!
Wait, what's this game?
I've never heard of it.
Pretty awesome. The new Shattered Alliances, the first story trailer was released, and it's a little background about how Superman returns to the world of injustice. No new characters. It looks really good though. So
yeah, it does. You see that piece of key art they released? That's awesome.
No, I haven't.
If you look at the story on BG and you hit the header image, it's a big splash of Superman being attacked by like a bunch of heroes and villains.
Really cool. I did see that. That was really awesome.
Really nice looking.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask you where you got that picture from.
That is straight from Warner Brothers and NetherRealm.
Awesome. This game's going to be so great.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. Fighting games with good stories. I mean, that's like...
This is that game about the Marvel superheroes fighting each other.
Shut up!
Although that Ultimate GameStop Capcom versus Marvel exclusive comes out next month.
Yay! I like those games. I don't want to crap on them, but they really just have no anything. It's just they threw characters into a fighting game. I mean,
no, we can crap on Ultimate 3 because it really is just not a good game. It is really not a good game.
I like it.
Damn it!
Never played the old ones though.
There you go.
Yeah,
you got to go find 2 somehow. Go play 2, and then you'll be like, "This is garbage."
Yep.
It's okay. I don't play 3 much anyway. I tried it because there was much going on, and then I gave up.
It's okay. I didn't super dislike it, but 2 is it's like that's peak Marvel Capcom.
Yeah.
Right.
I really don't understand why they haven't brought that game back via BG or BC. Sorry, Eric.
They should.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I agree with you. We need a redo of 2, and maybe Infinite will be good. We don't know.
Never know. Yeah. I'm kind of confused as to why, because this seems like it would be right up their alley. Why Capcom hasn't bundled together all of the games in the series and just made a greatest hits type disc.
Oh man, that'd be so sweet.
That would be cool.
I'd love to play the first one over too. That'd be great.
Like all the 2D ones. I can't figure out why they haven't done that.
That'd be great too.
Yeah, I mean, because there's Street Fighter discs like that. So why haven't they done it for this? It doesn't make sense.
It'd be cool. It'd be like an old Neo Geo arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
With every King of the Fighters available.
Oh my god. You know, I have that Neo Geo Gold system that was out a couple of years ago. Yeah, and that includes like I think it's pretty much everything as far as like their fighting games go.
Oh man.
And then I know there were
some Neo Geo.
Oh man, those Samurai Showdown I used to freaking love.
I love that game too.
That was great.
It was.
The 3DO version. We used to sit around and my buddies and me, we used to take turns at that. That was like whole days.
I had to go to a laundromat to play it because I didn't know how to get a Neo Geo. So,
no, well, Neo Geo was a little above my pay grade at that age too. So, it was. Eventually, I got it, but
yeah, 16 bits was just too much money for me back in the day.
Oh man, 256 meg carts? Are you crazy?
Oh man,
it's insanity.
Are we talking about Surge? Surge Night?
Surge Night?
I thought we were talking about the Soda Surge. No?
Oh, man. I've got 15 minutes of gameplay of that. Soda. Does anybody remember Vault?
Yes.
The soda energy drink?
Oh, yes, I never had it, but I remember.
Oh, it was good. I was in like middle school during its peak. So I was right there for that target age group.
Oh.
You just drank it like water?
Yeah, basically. And now I drink water like water.
That's good.
I guess I'm an adult, so I drink coffee and not soda.
Yeah. I was mostly Coca-Cola at that point in my life. I think I was 90% Coca-Cola.
I drank a lot of Kool-Aid back in the day.
Nice.
So, Rick.
Yo.
You played a game and reviewed it.
I sure did.
How's Rise and Shine?
Rise and Shine is an absolute blast to play. It's was published by Adult Swim Games, and I don't recall the developer off the top of my head right now. It is a 2D platformer with a gun, kind of bullet hell, a little bit of a bullet hell game. So there's a lot of dodging and ducking and diving. It's pretty fun though. It takes place on a place called Game Earth, and in this Earth, there's just nothing but other gaming things there. Your best friend in the beginning of the game is an identical person from Space Invaders, and he comes and tells you that you need to get out of here because there's a bunch of things, and then he dies. And then what else? There's a giant statue of Mario that you kind of run past as you play in the game. Yeah, it's really cool. And then another really funny part that sticks out to me is you're running across this bridge, and the little dog from Duck Hunt pops up, and he pushes the detonator button, and it laughs when you miss, and the bridge explodes. So it's just really humorous. And then there's this part, you walk up, and there's a wall, and all of a sudden the wall lights up, and then you have to shoot it. I mean, it's just pays homage to every game that's ever been created. So, it's a blast. I would definitely recommend.
Doesn't the gun talk to you?
Yeah, the gun does talk. His name is Shine. You play as Rise. I guess everybody on Game Earth at some point in time will rise up and become the gaming hero of the week or the day or whatever. So it's Rise's turn. So it's just really great. It's a really fun game. I would definitely recommend checking it out.
That looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This week we had another review also. Erich, you reviewed Ouija, Origin of Evil.
I did. I just published it last night, and I actually have had the review written for a while. I was waiting for assets from the PR rep.
Right.
But it was actually a pretty good horror movie. And I'm not sure what exact number I gave it, but I was really impressed with the set, character, and audio design. But I was really not too impressed with the plot and the monster.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody. I know for myself, movies are a lot scarier when they don't explicitly show you the monster.
Mm-hmm.
These movies are spookier when you don't know what's hunting you.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed their hand a little too early, I think.
Okay.
And showed the monster. And that made the whole thing a little bit less of a punch.
Okay.
But I still like the movie. Still had my attention all the way through. It was so good. It was a great. I mean, it was a better horror movie than most. Most horror movies are not great.
Yeah, I don't dig horror movies generally.
You gave it a 75.
Yeah, that's about right. It was good, but it wasn't too scary.
Did it actually scare you?
Not really, but it was it was creepy, but it didn't scare me beyond. Oh, this is
is it like jump out of your seat, spooky, scary kind of thing?
No. I mean, I also watched it in the daylight.
Oh, were you scared?
You know what, though?
You were
It
going to
could
be
be
scared.
I think it would have been scarier if it wasn't based on a board game.
Yeah.
Like the Ouija boards. Yeah, they're creepy. They're creepy in themselves, but I think by trying to add a mythology to the board, I think if it were a fictitious board game, it would have been a little more scary.
I think actually a lot of people actually seem to like the first movie.
I believe it. I never saw the first one, but this one was definitely, it was serviceable. It was good. I liked it. Even if it wasn't, I would jump out of my seat scared.
Yeah, I got an 82 around Tomatoes and users.
Gotcha, yeah. I mean, it was good.
Cool.
And I had one more review this week. I'll get through it real quick. Savage number 4 was...
Savage, right.
Right. It was the last in the mini-series limited run, I guess, of this new series from Valiant.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole series follows this family that crash lands on a deserted island with dinosaurs. And
interesting.
There's nothing not to like about that.
Really, there isn't. The last issue has the kid who was a baby when the plane crashed, basically solving a lot of questions that are asked throughout and getting away.
Okay.
But it's definitely left wide open. Definitely pick that up, and I only hope that Valiant puts out a Savage, trade paperback for this, because I would pick.
They will. They definitely will.
I'm going to pick that up because this is a great story.
Yeah. Cool. And we are looking forward to your review of Exo Man-O-War number 1.
Yes, that
also
should be done today.
Oh, awesome.
That should be done today. No promises.
No.
Well,
that's not out. That's not out for a while, though, Eric. Right? Isn't it like sometime in March?
Yeah, that's what. That's what we were saying before.
Yeah. So I mean, this is going to be like a nice advanced look.
Right. How about this? I will definitely have it done before it drops officially.
There you go.
Huzzah!
All right, and then I guess that's it for reviews. Anybody else working on anything?
Well, this week I'm going to put up a first take on Halo Wars 2, which I'm playing now.
Okay.
So I figure I'll do a little first take on it because it's going to be a while before I can get an actual review up, just to let people know, what it's about. But so far, so good. Pretty good game.
Cool.
Good. I like to hear that. That's definitely on my list down the line.
Yep.
I'm going to be picking up Halo Wars 2.
I like classically styled RTSs, and that's what this is. So I'm pretty happy with that, even though it has become painfully obvious that I still suck at RTSs.
Did you like the first one?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Speaking of classically styled RTSs, does anybody here ever play the Army Men RTSs? I guess they're on PS2 and Xbox.
I think I played one.
Oh, those were so fun. You could play them co-op, I think. Those were so fun.
Yeah.
I always liked that idea. What's that? What's that, Eric?
I just said that the Army Men RTSs are what got me interested in the genre at all.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. For me, it was Warcraft 2.
Oh, I gotcha. Never played any of the Warcraft games.
Warcraft 2 is great. I mean, now it's like you're gonna look at it and you're gonna say the graphics are terrible, but it's a great game. It's really fun.
Hey, Jason.
Yes.
I'm a Nintendo fan. You think I care about
that?
Okay, you got me. Yep. So you'll love it.
Good. Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
In a shocking move, is apparently only a timed exclusive.
I'm blown away.
Now, I think it's important to mention that nobody explicitly came out and said this is coming out on the Xbox and the Switch and the PC or whatever. Sony European Twitter only said that it was coming first to PS4.
No,
so I think
so they originally said it was an exclusive, and then they deleted that tweet.
Yeah, and then they put out a new tweet saying, just to clarify, it's coming first to PS4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And PS4 Pro, and people are speculating that it might come to Vita or Xbox One and Switch.
I would be great if it came to the Switch.
Yeah, I think that would be great too. I would get it on Switch.
Well, since it is Activision, they're probably going to do that.
Well, not turn-based, level-based platformers like that are, I think, where the Switch is going to really shine. Or level-based anything. Because you can play a level in 10 minutes and then, dock it or put it down.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. I would totally get it. I mean, I'm going to get it on PS4, but I would get it again. It came out later on Switch.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Totally.
Me too.
Yeah. I can't wait, though, for an Xbox version. I got to play it.
I would get it on Vita.
It's not coming to Vita.
I could see them bring it to Vita.
No, get out of here. That's not going to happen.
If it didn't come out on the Switch and it came out on the Vita, I would just get it on the Vita because I still want it portable.
If it had crossplay, I would play it on my Vita, go home, put it on my PS4. Reminds me of another console.
Except you still have to buy it twice.
I already have it 3 times.
Good Lord.
You have the new Crash Bandicoot 3 times already?
No, I have a Vita.
I know.
You have 3 Vitas?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
There's kids at school sold 2 Vitas for $60.
But why do you need more than 1 Vita?
Anyway. It was $60, man.
You're not saving money. You already had a Vita.
It was so cheap.
That's fine.
I couldn't pass it up.
Dylan, you don't fare well on Steam sales, do you?
Oh,
no, I don't buy anything on Steam.
Oh dear.
I don't fare well on Steam sales.
How do you fare there?
What was that, Eric?
I asked how he fared on PlayStation Network sales and all.
Oh,
their sales are pretty great. They're flash.
I know. What I'm asking is, do you buy games that you wouldn't normally buy just because they're great deals?
No, I buy them hard copy.
That's all right. That's fair.
Yeah,
it's just funny.
It was $200 at the store, and he sold it to me for $60. I was like, I cannot pass that up.
Right. I can totally see that. To be honest,
I'm not going to understand. Let's move on. Jason, tell us about the toy fair.
All right, now that Eric's mind is all bent around, Toy Fair was last weekend and the first part of this week in Manhattan. That is the one of the biggest toy fairs in the world, and so as you can imagine, all the big companies were out. So we've got a ton of coverage up on BG. There will be plenty more this week. So far, though, we've had some pretty big stuff. We had Super 7, which I can't imagine anybody knows this company, Super 7, but they have taken over the Masters of the Universe license from Mattel. They've sort of lent it to them. So, because they folded their collector wing, Mattel did, and so they're not making this kind of stuff anymore. So Super 7 has picked it up. They're continuing the Classics line, which I like a lot. They're continuing the Filmation line, which is figures that look exactly like they looked in the old cartoon. And they've got a new line, which is all vintage-looking figures. So they look like they're made in the classic mold of the figures from the 80s, except they're way more detailed. And they actually look more like the Filmation characters as well. So that's pretty cool. So for Masters fans, watch out for that. We also took a look at the 112 collection over at Mezco. And I mean, if you like great 1/12 scale action figures, this is a line for you. Unless you're looking to buy them like huge amounts of them, because then you're not going to find that. This is more of a niche kind of a thing. They're producing like basically 1 or 2 figures on a monthly basis. They're releasing them. You're not going to find them in stores. You'll other than comic shops. But at Toy Fair, they showed off a bunch of new characters: Wolverine, Deathstroke, Darkseid, Flash, all kinds of really cool characters from Marvel and DC. And then they did some movie stuff as well. They showed off their Ghostbusters characters again, and Ash from Army of Darkness, or Evil Dead 2, I'm sorry, Ash from Evil Dead 2, and some Star Trek characters. That's a great line. And that line also has, or I shouldn't say that line, but that company, Mezco, also has these horror jack-in-the-boxes that Erich was particularly interested in. So you can go and you can check out shots of that too on the Mezco coverage page. They are really cool. Are you going to be picking any of these up, Erich?
I'm not sure. I want to,
Yeah.
But if I do get any of them, it's going to be Freddy first. Freddy's been one of my favorite movie monsters,
He's a good one.
I was a kid, so.
He is a good one. Yeah.
He's so
kind of disappointed how he got the wrong end of the sword in Freddy versus Jason there.
Hardy har.
Well, I just think he should have won. He should have won. That's all I have to say.
I don't know how he doesn't win, but
exactly.
Whatever.
But would Jason go to sleep? I mean, doesn't he attack you in your dreams?
I forget.
But in that movie, he had come out to the physical world.
Yeah, let's not pretend that Freddy versus Jason is the pinnacle of non-full storytelling.
I mean, it was a documentary. Come on, guys.
Oh my god.
It's true.
I mean, every movie is a documentary, so
totally. Like the Star Wars.
Like the Avengers.
Like the Star Wars documentary.
What that actually happened in New York. Jason was a part of that. The Avengers.
I was there.
He saw the incident.
He saw the incident.
Yeah. It's the New York incident. I saw it.
Yep.
Okay, getting back into some Toy Fair stuff, we also saw the you probably know them as Mega Blocks, but now they've been rebranded as Mega Constructs.
Did they still Call of Duty?
What's that?
Did they still do Call of Duty and Halo?
Indeed, they do.
Wait, they switched their name?
Yeah, now they're Mega Constructs. Mega Blocks is still around as a name, but they are a more children-oriented line. So
that makes sense.
Those are like those are so terrible.
So well, actually, they're pretty great. I mean, they're pretty awesome.
Compare a couple of the Destiny ones.
Compared to Legos,
that Destiny one looks pretty cool. I gotta say that.
Dylan, I know you have a, but Mega Blocks now Mega Constructs. The sets are great. I mean, the figures are great. They're terrific.
Well, I mean, the sets can be great, but I mean, I'm talking about the blocks don't tend to stay together.
See, I've heard this many times, but they work for me. The ones that I've bought, everything's fine. I mean, I have a couple of the Ninja Turtle ones. They've been fine.
Speaking of construction sets, you guys know which ones I really like? And this is totally off topic. I apologize. The Lego architecture ones.
The duplex.
Oh, those. Yeah.
I have the White House here.
Cool.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I have the...
I love the government.
I have the Empire State Building.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to get the Capitol building, but it costs like $100. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing that.
I have Rockefeller Center.
That's cool too. Does it have the Christmas tree?
No. And I have no idea how you would even add that.
You just build it out of other Legos.
No, it's too small.
Do you have a Rockefeller minifigure?
Negative.
You have a Liz Lemon minifigure?
A who?
Oh my god. Liz Lemon from 30 Rock?
Oh, you're breaking up, Erich. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my fault.
No,
Liz
I do
Lemon.
not.
Stupid phone.
I would totally buy an Alec Baldwin minifigure. I would totally do that. No,
Probably.
Oh man.
Boycott Alec Baldwin.
So what? So what else? Except,
hey, Jason,
come on, man.
Jason, did you see the new Black Lion 40th edition or 40th anniversary Star Wars figures?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have a couple of those, but
yeah,
the vintage packaging. Oh my God,
it's so cool looking.
And if people don't know what we're talking about, like it looks exactly like the packaging and everything original Kenner series, except they are Black Series Star Wars figures packed into them. Oh my God, they're cool.
The shape of the box.
Just awesome. Yep, it is.
Which ones do you have right now?
I have Han Solo. I have the Jedi Luke, 3PO and R2, and Darth Vader.
I want Darth Vader so bad.
Darth Vader's really cool. He's got the removable helmet.
Oh man.
Yep.
I don't even know where to buy those. I can't even find them like in any of the toy stores around.
What about our friends at Entertainment Earth?
Ooh, maybe.
Give them a shot. They have a lot of stuff like that in stock.
Okay.
But they I will say one thing about Darth Vader. The helmet looks a little weird because it is removable. So it like when you have to kind of arrange it just right when you put them on the shelf. That's all.
Gotcha.
It can look odd. As far as Toy Fair goes, though, other stuff we saw was new Ninja Turtles figures, and you can find that story up. We've got a Rowdy Roddy Piper Michelangelo, and that's all you need to know. That is literally all you need to know.
Nice.
There are Ninja Turtles dressed like wrestlers again, so go check those out. I think there's Ultimate Warrior. There's a couple of them, but they're shockingly. I don't know if I would buy any of them because I'm not really into that, but they're really cool.
John Cena, Raphael.
John Cena, Raphael, yes. There's actually, you know what? I can tell you what there is. There's Donatello, Ultimate Warrior. Leonardo dressed like someone I don't know. Raphael dressed as The Rock, and Michelangelo dressed as Hot.
I would think Splinter would be dressed up as The Rock.
Listen, Splinter doesn't have time for this kind of stuff. He doesn't. But three cool figures I will mention from the Ninja Turtles thing very quickly are retro versions of Rocksteady and Bebop, who are dressed like in the 80s outfits. I think they're the same figures. They're just repainted, but they look pretty cool. And Muckman, which is a guy made of garbage from the original Ninja Turtles line.
Yeah, I remember him.
You remember him?
Yeah, I do.
And he looks really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's got a hole that like punched clean through his stomach, and you can see like his bones and stuff like that. He's really cool.
That's cool.
And then the last thing I'll talk about this week is Loyal Subjects, who makes small vinyl figures, but they are posable vinyl figures, and they include like a ton of accessories. And they have debuted their Street Fighter and their Mega Man lines at Toy Fair. Both look fantastic. They're blind box usually, so you don't know what you're going to get when you buy them. It's supposed to be a surprise.
How much are those?
$12 and change, I think.
Okay.
Huh. But they're really cool. They're really well made. Both of those series will be out this year. And then there is a Thundercats series that they showed, but we couldn't take pictures of, and an Aliens series coming out as well. And all they had on display for that was a Xenomorph Warrior, but he looked great. So high hopes for that as well. And
Thundercats roar.
Oh, so that is it for the Toy Fair coverage this week. We'll have more next week. But I have three very quick comic book things I have to point out. Number one is that the real Venom, Eddie Brock, is coming back in May. So if you like Venom in the Spider-Man universe, if you're into the original Venom, which I am, I don't like any other version, he's back.
Yay!
Yep.
Jason, wait, I thought he had cancer and he passed away.
No, he's back.
That was it's retcon.
No, seriously, what happened? I mean, what happened? He's just back?
No, he bonded to a different suit,
really?
Which was anti-Venom, he called himself. Yeah. And his deal was he was going around killing other symbiotes. So, but now apparently he's a bad guy again, and he's back in the original Venom symbiote, and I don't really care how they did this. I'm just very happy he's back.
Is it a new series?
Yes, it's a brand. Well, no, it's not a. I mean, the Venom series is newish, but this is Eddie Brock's return to Venom. Right now, it's bonded to a former. I think he's a Navy SEAL or something like that, and he's not a good guy either. But in a special issue called Venom number 150, which I assume picks up the numbering from the old series, Eddie Brock is back. So cannot wait for that. So that's in May. Then also, this is big news for any DC fan. The original Flash is back. Jay Garrick
Flash
is
Gordon.
back. No, is back in DC Universe proper. He's been gone since New 52 happened, and they kind of wiped out all the Justice Society characters and all that stuff. They were just focusing on Earth 2 for that kind of thing. But this is the original version, like you saw on the Flash TV show last year with metal helmet and all of that.
That's interesting.
And yeah, and he's a part of the whole Flash Batman crossover thing happening right now, Watchmen. So that looks really cool. We've also got another cover for that issue, the lenticular covers that we were talking about last week. So if you go to BG, if you head up to the slider and you click the picture of Jay Garrick, you'll go to the story and then just click the image in the story, which I believe has reverse flash on it. Click that and you'll flip back and forth between, this is the one that I was talking about last week with reverse flash on one side and Flashpoint Batman on the other. Both are great. And then the third thing I was going to mention this week, hang on, I'm just going to flip to it. There we go. Spectacular Spider-Man is back as a comic series. So one of the longest running Spider-Man books, I think, ever. It hasn't been around for a number of years. They're bringing it back, and it's going to have a much smaller scale story focus. So you're not going to see like the globe-trotting Spider-Man that you see in Amazing Spider-Man. You'll see a much more New York-based Spidey, the kind of the Spidey that you're used to. So that'll be Spectacular Spider-Man. That, I believe, comes out in March. Let me see. No, I'm sorry, it's May. There's a sneak peek hitting in May with a free comic book day issue. So there you go.
I love free comic book day.
It is a good one.
I always, as you guys know, I write for a local online newspaper.
Yeah.
I always try to make an effort to cover comic book day from the local comic book shops.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
It's the craziest thing. Every comic book shop owner is such a nice person. I don't think I've ever met a comic book shop owner I didn't like.
Well, they're selling you comic books. They better be nice.
Okay,
I mean,
I don't mean like.
I mean,
like.
Yeah, I don't mean like I know you don't mean like they're supposed to be nice to you. I mean, like they're kind of selling comic books. Like, why wouldn't they be nice?
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you got a great job.
Right.
I don't know. I follow a couple people, comic book owners from across the country, on Twitter, and a lot of them apparently it's kind of stressful when DC sells a lot and Marvel doesn't.
Yep.
Apparently Marvel's is more expensive. I don't know. I don't really buy superhero comics.
Well, there's a lot of politics in the business end of things.
I'm sure.
You know, and there always has been. But, you know, I always, the biggest thing I always hear about from comic book store owners is buying certain allotments of books and, you know, banking on them being big sellers, and then they're just not. And then you're stuck with a ton of stuff, and they don't do buybacks or anything like that. So it's, yeah, it can be a little rough. So I've heard stuff like that.
That's true. I don't know anything about running a comic book shop. I'm just following people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. But
oh boy,
it's a cool industry. So we'll go with that.
Yeah.
It's definitely cool.
All right.
One last piece of news that we never covered yet.
Oh, okay.
No virtual console for Nintendo Switch at launch.
Oh yes.
Is anybody surprised?
I am. I was legitimately surprised by that.
No, I guess we should. I guess we shouldn't be surprised by Nintendo now.
No, probably not. But
yeah,
I agree with you. Probably not. But I was legitimately surprised by that when I figured they would have that together. And I know we all have kind of different thoughts on the VC, and how important it is. But I was looking forward to it because I'm probably only going to be getting one Switch game when I pick up my Switch next week. So I was looking forward to playing, the classic games that I have on the Switch, but I guess not. So
I'm not really surprised. I agree that they should have it. It should be at launch. It's absurd that it isn't. But come on.
Well, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with like Netflix. They're not even gonna have Netflix during launch.
Yeah, that's a decent sized deal too. But I can see Nintendo not having Netflix.
You know what? Sorry, Jason. I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
please finish.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say I can't see them not having the Virtual Console.
Right, and I get where you're coming from with that. But with Netflix's new functionality where you can download shows and watch them later, I think it's a huge misstep that they don't have Netflix on the Switch. You can download shows to your console and then take it with you and watch, an episode of The Walking Dead on your commute or something.
I guess they're trying to figure out how they can do that because it's a console, but it's also portable. So because when they do it, they're going to be using the same thing they do with Xbox and PS4, but they got to change it to download it.
What do you mean? How do you?
Because you can't download it on the PS4.
Oh, they don't have that functionality?
I've never tried.
Yeah, you can't. Well, yeah, you can't download it on the PS4. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but there's no reason to either.
Yeah, exactly.
Because your PS4 is not leaving.
Right. That's true.
So they're trying to. I guess they're trying to rework it to work for the Switch, so you can download it.
Does anybody know if you can download things on your 3DS Netflix?
No.
Like I can't download anything on my PS Vita Netflix.
Okay.
Okay. So probably not.
Yeah.
Right. But they could probably couldn't they just port the phone software? Because I know you can download from the phone.
You would think.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, well.
It's complicated.
Anyway, I'm not really surprised, not really too upset, because, and I know this isn't true for everybody, but when I get the Switch, it'll probably be there, and even if it's not, I have Bomberman and Zelda and Snipper Clips
and arms.
Probably arms and probably Mario Kart.
1-2 Switch.
Yeah, you know what? Laugh. I'm excited about it.
So Eric will just be walking into the store and buying everything.
No.
Yes. Yeah. I'll take everything. Just throw down your money.
Give me one of everything.
That was me when the Wii U launched, because I actually had money then. Because, yep. So what are we playing? Nadia, you've been kind of quiet. What you playing?
Yeah, I'm very quiet because I'm not feeling too well. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. I know I haven't been writing a lot lately, so that's why I'm on the podcast with you guys very often. But I think what I'm playing right now is like the old classic Golden Sun. Has anybody
oh my god
heard of Golden Sun? I have Golden Sun Dark Dawn. So
what are you playing it on?
Well, for Golden Sun Dark Dawn, it's for the DS, but you could play it on the 3DS because of the backwards compatibility. So I've been playing that, and I've also been playing Lunar. I don't know if anybody is a big fan of the Lunar series from way back when. Those games were really, really, really good. So I've been revisiting those. So that's what I'm up to.
Are you playing both of them right now, Lunar 1 and 2?
Both, yeah, both. I love both.
I love those games. Yeah, they're great games.
Yeah. No, not pretty much the third one. The third one that was released for the DS, that was a disaster. So we're just not going to mention. Yeah, we're not going to mention the third one. But I've been playing the old classics of the Lunar series. So I really love those games, and I wanted to write something about it because I haven't been writing too much. I'm so sorry about that. So
it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We're all friends here. Don't worry.
I'll be honest. I haven't been writing too often because I've been, getting into other stuff. But I wanted to write something about Lunar and see what comes out of it. But I'll try to figure it out. But
I'll tell you what. Nadia, if you want to write something, take a look back at that series, you are more than welcome to, because I love that series. So
yeah, I love it too. I actually have Lunar Silver Star Harmony as well. So
Cool.
I've just been, it's been really crazy just going back and just looking back at these old games that stole my heart. So I'm just kind of like, I wanted to write something about this, but I'm not sure. So I'll see what I can do.
I did
think it'd be good.
I did something similar to that. I wrote a piece, my thoughts on Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Right.
So you could do something like that.
Yeah, because I've been feeling so bad lately that I haven't been like writing, and when I know I should have, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. So I'm just kind of like in that rough spot where I'm like, what should I do next? But that's why I've been contributing to the podcast because I like you guys. So I'm just kind of like, oh, let me just be with them. Let's see what happens. And yeah, so I was just trying to figure out, okay, what's the other thing that I can write about? And Lunar is one of that, and Golden Sun is also another good game as well. So
Awesome.
I never played much Golden Sun, but I did play a little bit, and I remember it was pretty awesome. So yeah, it's good.
yeah, it's those series Nintendo back in the day, 2001. I was like, what, only about 11 or 12? So I'm 27 now. So you can imagine that I'm going, oh my goodness, this game was really hard for me to beat, but now it's really super easy because I get it. So it's Dark Dawn was the third one, so it doesn't stack up to the original two, but I still liked it. So I've just been going back and seeing what games really struck me as really heartfelt, and I know Lunar's 1 and 2 were really good for that. So um, I've just been revisiting that, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I was just thinking if it was okay to write something. So
Absolutely.
if it is, I'll go for it and take a look.
Yeah, you got the green light on any of that stuff. Golden Sun, I think a lot of people remember fondly, and Lunar is a classic. So all yours.
Yeah. No, not the third one. Not the. Yeah, because my friend played the third one, and we're just kind of like, oh, this is terrible. So, but the first two were amazing for the Sega Saturn, and then they brought it over to PlayStation. So
yeah,
and PSP. So I'm really enjoying myself, just really going back in time a little bit.
Cool. Eric, what are you playing right now?
So, for work, for you guys, I'm working on a review of Divide. I've been working on it for a few weeks. It's by Exploding Tuba Studios.
Okay.
And basically, you get imparted with this piece of technology, and it teleports you into the future. It's isometric. You kind of have to run around and figure out what's going on. It's kind of a lot of stealth. I'm going to say that the aiming for the combat is not that great.
Yeah. Okay.
The gameplay loop isn't too compelling. I'll have more of that when I finish the review because I'm kind of hoping it gets better.
When you said isometric, I was like, ooh, but all right.
I mean, it is isometric.
Yeah, I like that whole style. I think we talked about this, but I like that whole style. I think you put a lot of detail into games and stuff like that with that. But if everything else sucks, then it's kind of
yeah, and I wouldn't even say it sucks. It's just not great.
Okay.
And I'll have more of that. I want to finish that review this week.
Okay.
So we'll see where that lands. But playing that, otherwise that, playing Rocket League or watch when I get the chance, and that Dragon Ball Fusions before bed. So yeah.
And lots of Overwatch.
Not a lot, just a few, like a couple hours a week.
Okay.
What are you playing, Jason?
Well, I'm playing Halo Wars. So I've got that going right now. And that's about it, actually. I was going to get into Battlefield 1 because I haven't played that yet, and I have it sitting here. But I figured, hey, well, Halo Wars 2, I'll get into that because it's brand new, and I'll do a couple of I'll do that first impressions piece this week and then follow it up with a review.
Gotcha. Speaking of Battlefield 1, I just noticed on the PlayStation Store, Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 are both $30 right now.
Wow, really?
Yep. So
that's good.
If anybody's listening, I don't know if that'll be over before this goes live, but you guys go take a look.
I will tell you this: Titanfall 2 is great. I played the campaign was terrific. I'm not a big multiplayer guy, so I'm not really into that end of it. But the campaign is really, really fun, and when you play inside the mech, it's awesome. So, if anybody likes that kind of stuff, definitely go check that out.
Sounds cool. Yeah, I always liked the idea of Titanfall. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, if you're like, well, there's no real story, it's more of a multiplayer thing. Titanfall 2 is like night and day different from the first one. So.
Right. Well, that's not a problem for me. I like Overwatch, so.
That's true.
All right. How about you, Dylan?
Not really much going on as far as playing video games right now. Just like hopping on to like a quick game session and hopping back off because of school and college and stuff.
Yeah, it's understandable.
It's a difficult time right now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Everyone's busy,
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't mean to belittle your busyness. I just mean we understand.
No. I mean, yeah. It's busy.
I think he knows what you mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Everyone.
Rick, what are you playing?
I'm playing 88 Heroes, and I'm playing some Styx in anticipation of the second one. So
nice, getting back into it.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of fun. A lot of patience, a lot of dying. It's fun. I got this weird power where I can stay invisible if I stand still, so it's making the game a little bit easier.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think you get that. I think I used that before. I think I remember that. Yeah.
Well, I was totally stuck at this one part, and I totally cheated, and I went online, and then I saw this guy's like, I know, I'm a cheater. And then I saw this guy's loadout, and I was like, I'm just gonna copy this guy. And so now it makes the game a lot easier.
I hate when I have to do that, and then I feel so stupid. I'm like, oh my god, I should have saw that.
Seriously. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah,
I do that a lot.
Yeah, I did that recently with Cold and Sun. I got really stuck, and I said, you know what? I can't figure this out. Let me just check a little walkthrough there, and I'm like, oh, well.
Turns out to be like the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like something there that you, for some reason, don't see, like a switch or something like that. That happens to me all the time.
Yeah, certainly. But yeah, I'm just playing those games.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, I think that's about it.
I think that is about it.
Awesome. Well, guys, thanks for listening. As always, it's me, Eric, and we have Rick.
Thanks for listening, everybody. It's me, Rick. You can find me on Twitter at DocBrown303.
Dylan?
Hey, guys, it's me, Dylan, at Dylan's Legos.
Nadia?
Hi, guys. It's Nadia. It was great to be here again. Have a lovely week.
And Jason.
And it's me, Jason.
Hey, that's your Twitter name.
My god.
I am at Jason _ TAS.
There we go. It's been a wild ride.
Yes.
Week.
Kind of long podcast.
That's right, an hour and 25 minutes almost.
Nice.
Oh, this one's a beast.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.